Saint John Marie Vianney, Curé of Ars, 1859, Ain, France. Saint John Marie Vianney was a pious peasant in the village of Dardilly in the Diocese of Lyons, gave many signs of holiness from his infancy. When at the age of 8, he was taking care of the sheep, he would sometimes by word and example instruct little boys, kneeling before a statue of the Mother of God, in the use of the rosary, and at other times, entrusting the flock to his sister or to another child, he was wont to seek out a more retired spot, that he might more readily devote himself to prayer before an image of the Virgin. Having a very great love for the poor, he would lead them in crowds to his Father's house, and he took a delight in aiding them in every way. That he might be initiated into letters, he was sent to the parish priest of the village of Vianney, but as he was very slow to understand, he encountered almost unsurmountable difficulties in his studies. Fasting and praying, he entreated the divine assistance, and with a view to begging for facility in learning, he approached the tomb of St. Francis Regis, earnestly beseeching him for that gift. Having most laboriously passed through the course of theology, he was found to be sufficiently suitable to receive holy orders. In the village of Vianney, under the guidance of the parish priest, whose assistant he had been appointed, he strove with all his strength to attain to the higher degrees of pastoral perfection. After 3 years had gone by, he was sent, like an angel from heaven, to the small village of Ars, which not so long after was included in the Diocese of Belley, and in a most brilliant manner he entirely renewed the condition of his neglected and forsaken parish. Continually engaged for many hours daily in hearing confessions and in giving spiritual direction, he introduced the frequent reception of the Eucharist and organized pious sodalities, and in a remarkable manner he inspired into souls a tender devotion to the Immaculate Virgin. And, deeming that it is the duty of the pastor to expiate the sins of the flock accredited to him, he spared neither prayers, nor vigils, nor mortifications and continual fastings. Since Satan could not endure such great virtues in this man of God, he assailed him, first with mere annoyances and afterwards in open combat, but John Mary patiently endured the most malevolent injuries. He was very often asked by the neighboring priests to labor for the salvation of souls after the manner of the missionaries, either by preaching sermons or by hearing confessions, and he was always at hand in every case. Burning with zeal for the glory of God, he brought it about that the pious exercises of missions were established in more than 100 parishes, arranged in a continuous and permanent series. Meanwhile, as God was rendering his servant famous by miracles and by graces, there began that celebrated pilgrimage, in which through a period of 20 years, nearly 100,000 persons of every class flocked to Ars, not only from France and from Europe, but even from the distant regions of America. Worn out by labors rather than by old age, having foretold the day of his death, he went to rest in the embrace of the Lord, on the 4th of August in the year 1859, and in the 73 of his age. After he became illustrious for many miracles, Pius X added him to the number of the blessed, and Pius XI in the holy year 1925 numbered him with the saints in heaven, and extended his feast to the universal church. Oremus. Almighty and merciful God, who didst endow holy John Mary with wonderful pastoral zeal and unflagging desire for prayer and penance, grant, we beseech thee, that by his example and intercession we may be able to gain the souls of our brethren for Christ, and with them reach everlasting glory. Per Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum. Amen.